So today's adventure in the shop is going to be extending the dust collector hose. Going to run a short hose from here. That's the fitting that comes out of the dust collector. Up to that pipe there. So the first step in this process is untying that dust collector so I can just have access to the pipe. Actually, dust filter, it's not the collector, it's the filter portion. Exhaust filter, if I want to be specific. Okay, now I've got free access to the pipe. So what we'll be doing is simply putting one of these little 45 degrees connectors on here. And now I've got a straight shot down to there. And I've 3D printed another coupler that'll fit in here. And another hose adapter. So I need to cut a piece of hose about that long. And the reason I'm going with flexible hose here is because I want to be able to easily disconnect it, have the hose dangle, while I empty the bucket full of sawdust. So let me get a measurement for that piece of hose. We'll make that about 22 inches. Okay, so I'm going to make that hose about 22 inches. 22 inches, I say about 22 inches because I'm going to allow a little bit of flexibility with the hose here. So if I cut it, for example, here at 22, I know that hose can stretch up to 26. So I'm going to cut it right there. Just cut through the rib. Done. So I got the one ready for this hose here. There's our little connector piece. Need to get a hose clamp on that. So that now extends the dust collector way over to here by the bandsaw. There we are. So the dust collector is now way over here. So I'm going to put an elbow there that'll drop the hose down, and I can now, I'm much closer to the table saw, the bandsaw, the drill press, and I have enough room coming out here that I have easy access. Oh, you can't, I'm pointing around here, you can't see what I'm talking about. Hang on. Okay, because the hose comes out here now, it'll drop down, I have access to the bandsaw, to the drill press, and the table saw, just kind of right in a row here. And I can bring the hose out here and connect to the work table sawmill, and I can move the sawmill back up into the shop a little bit farther to give me a little more room back here where I had the table saw kind of sticking out from the wall. So right now it's a little cramped, but I can move the work table forward now that I have access to the dust collector hose. So I'm going to go clamp up, put a hose clamp on the end of the hose down there and get that fitting in a little better. Then I can put the filter back up. So now that I have the hose in place, back up a little bit, you can see that. Okay, so I got that little hose in place. The next little thing I want to do is adjust this bracket up here, or this pipe as it goes through this bracket. I currently, and it's all been a temporary arrangement, have it sitting, just resting on this member here. So I want to push it up and hold it in place like that. And to do that, I'm going to be using this little strap. So I can put a strap, screw it in there, screw it in the top, and I'll put one at the other end on the other bracket. So I'll get on with that at the moment. Things you gotta love about Robertson screws is they just sit on the tip of the bit wonderfully. Can't do that with a Phillips. Okay, that's perfect. I got a strap for the other end. Again, this pipe isn't bearing any weight, just the weight of the sawdust, so that strap is plenty strong and the bracket's plenty strong. You know what I said about Robertson screws sticking on the end of the screw, on the end of the bit? As long as you don't bump them. Okay, there's our pipe up and out of the way. So I'll stick the original fitting that I had into this end, that I had in that end, going into the hat. Again, a temporary fitting until eventually we're going to get blast gates put in here and a couple Y connections just to make life a little bit easier than moving the hose every time I want to switch tools. But for now, we'll take care of that. Yeah, the dust collection system is a piece that just is evolving and it'll grow over time. But again, coming from no dust collection at all, this is a huge improvement. So really happy with what I've got, and I'm happy to let it evolve as needs grow. So that's pretty much it for this one. A short video, but thanks for watching.